A few things about your animal like protist, and I said this, but the phylum Sarcodina includes your amoeba, and we call them the sarcodines, but they're single-celled. Now remember, these are phylum. I'm sorry, these are in the domain Eukarya. The only protist, I'm sorry, the only single-celled protist in this phylum are all eukaryotic. We don't have any prokaryotic organisms, so everything we talk about, whether it's single-celled or multicellular, is going to have a nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. So with your sarcodines, because these are our amoeba, they move and they feed by means of a pseudopodia. Now, we talked about pseudopodia as a false foot and that it was a means of movement, but actually the pseudopod functions as a feeding appendage as well, because when the amoeba extends out its cytoplasm, it can be engulfing food particles and bringing it into the actual body. So the type of movement is called amoeboid movement. Amoeboid movement uses a pseudopod. Now, we did talk about types of, or called it cytoplasmic streaming. The cytoplasmic streaming means that the cytoplasm is streaming from the body of the amoeba into the pseudopod and causing it to move. But from now on, we're going to talk about its type of movement. It's an amoeboid movement, and I think that's easier to identify because it is a pseudopod. Now, your sarcodines, what's their food source? They're not capable of photosynthesis, so they're not autotrophs. And the things that they prey on are going to be smaller cells such as bacteria. Sometimes they prey on smaller protists. Any food particles that have been discarded by other protists they can feed on. And sometimes they're parasites. There is a aquatic amoeba, and you may have heard of him, called the brain-eating amoeba, that can be picked up in lakes. And of course, nobody wants this particular kind of amoeba. So some of these can be parasitic as well as free living. If I use the term free living, that means it's not a parasite. If you hear the term parasite, of course, that means that one partner is benefiting, which would be the parasite, and the other partner is harmed.